Hello, Reformers, and welcome back to Enderal as I move away from that keeper that decided to speak as soon as I did my introduction. Wonderful. Now, if you would like to support me even more than you already do by watching my videos, then you can always check out the link in the description to Patreon, and that will then take you to my page where you can take a look at some of the rewards there as well. So, when we left off, we had just spoken to Jespar, who is a very nice man, and he has decided not to go to Killet, and he gave us some tobacco, which is actually kind of nice as a little bit of a gift. So, otherwise, I have rested because I actually like moving around in the daytime. It's actually 5:20 a.m. Okay, I thought it was actually 6:20 a.m., but that's okay. As you can see, the stars are still out, but it's perfectly fine. But yes, as I like working in the daytime, I rested at the Dancing Nomad Tavern, and now it's actually time for Tialor to do his Aranthiel business. Yeah, that's the ritual to you and me. So, let's head on in to the Sanctum and see actually what happens. Obviously, this is just the, or shall we say, the acceptance of us as a prophet, as a keeper in their order. So I'm just going to quick save real quick. Yes, quick save real quick. That's redundant. So, yes, otherwise... Wait a minute. Where do I actually need to go here? Technically, I need to stand here. Or maybe it's... it's upstairs. It must be upstairs. Yes, there we go. Never mind. It's always such a maze in here. There he is. He's waiting for us.
It is time. Come forward, prophet. I know what you are feeling. Mistrust. For it is the first time in the history of the Order that a stranger will receive the holy consecration. You consider it a treason against our charter, and therefore against us all. And indeed, it is true that traditions have strengthened the Order. We have ruled this land for millennia, and for millennia we have prevailed. And I know that what happened 2 years ago has unsettled you. Yes, we are in a crisis. Yes, our foundation seems to be shattered. And now you believe that I profane even what little is left by consecrating a pathless one. But you are wrong. It was always people who have given strength to the Order. People like you and me. Yes, we did serve the Lightborn, but because they embodied an idea. The idea of peace through stability. And even now, after their demise, we will pursue this idea. We are facing a threat that endangers the world as we know it. And to fight it, we need one thing above all others, the readiness to make sacrifices for the greater good. This man, like Novice Sakarish, has shown this readiness. He is talented and has a gift, and thus carries responsibility. But instead of running from this responsibility, he faced it and found us. Consecrated ones, repeat my words. This is the day when my old me dies away. For today, I receive the sigil.
This is the day when my old me dies away. For today I receive the sigil.
From now on, I live to protect, by sword and mind, the path, my land, and those who are without strength.
From now on, I live to protect, by sword and mind, the path, my land, and those who are without strength.
Until death absolves me from my duty.
Until death absolves me from my duty.
Thus, you are elevated to keepers of the first sigil. Rise. Now let us all recite the holy words. Thou art my light, my glimmer at the horizon. Thy name is my sacrament, and thy path I will honor, in life as in death. May your light guide me. Leave now, brothers and sisters, and rest. We will need our strength. Go and get your armor at the temple's forge. After that, meet me in the Emporium. There's news.
Alright, well, look at this. Wow, we are now part of the Order, or technically I'm going to ask that, but I would like to get our knowledge increased. So what are these sigils?
Ranks. After a novice has passed the trial, he is raised into the first sigil, and over the course of years, if he proves to be worthy, into higher ranks, up to the fourth sigil, which is held by the Truchessa and the Grandmaster, me.
Ah, well, thank you very much. I'm almost there. We've only almost just gathered about 50% of what we require for that quest, and now, that's it. I am now a Keeper of the Order.
Of the first sigil, yes. Our masters will teach you. Our smiths will equip you. That is all that I wanted.
Well, that's great. That's absolutely fantastic. I like that a lot. So, see you then.
Warg Blessed.
There we go. Okay, so there's actually a quest here for this fellow. Meet Tealor in the... Oh. To discuss the next steps. Get the Keeper's Garb in the Temple's Forge. I'd like to get the Keeper's Garb, actually, because I think that would actually look really cool, so... Am I gonna just... I'm gonna just do that. I'm gonna just do that, because I feel like that is really quite cool and kind of important as well, because... We don't want to look like a traveler that has just come in from the cold, do we? We want to look like someone that belongs in the temple. Because I don't want these guards, these other keepers saying, steer clear, Outlander, and so on and so forth, because they're doing that. They're doing that almost all the time, and it's very irritating. So I'm going to try and see... Wait a minute. Where do I actually have to go? Do I actually have to... Oh. Oh, I see. There's actually an underground place here. Oh, the armory. I had no idea the armory was actually downstairs. I was actually looking for it, if you can believe it, for quite some time.
Ahoy.
Ahoy.
Now, if it isn't the notorious prodigy. Alder Stronghand, blacksmith of the Holy...
Yes, blacksmith of the Holy Order, and I'm terribly sorry to cut you off, but you were moving away from me, and I thought that was a little bit uncalled for. Oh, anyway, the Grandmaster said I can get my armor here?
Ah, right. The highly debated new keeper. You suddenly have caused some uproar, I'll give you that. So, robes, mail, or plate?
Well, I personally would like some robes, because I like running fast. We don't have that much stamina, so we're not able to very much easily move about in plate. And mail would actually be the kind of good middle ground. But again, I haven't really spec'd into stamina that much, so I don't know. That's the thing. I was actually starting to think to myself, maybe I should be like a hybrid where I use conjured weapons and then attack with some pretty sort of moderate to heavy armor, but... I think that's too late. I think that's probably too late for me to change. But it doesn't really matter so much because I'm pretty happy with robes anyway. Even if we do go into attack, I'm pretty happy with that.
Fine, here you go. And no matter what you think of all this, wearing this armor is an honor. Get that into your head. Most of us had to wait decades for it. Walk blessed.
And there we go. We now have the Keeper's hood and robe, which is going to look amazing, I think. There we go. And it's actually giving us huge amounts of bonuses, as you can see here. We're getting increased mana regeneration. Elementarism spells are costing less. We're getting increased mana, obviously, and various other things. So that's great, because what were we using before? Mana regen by 10%. So this gives me 8 and a whole bunch of other stuff. So it's really, really worth it. Very, very worth it to do that. So as you can see, we are now looking... Nope, I don't want to I don't want to access the console. That is the key to look around in another game that I am currently playing. Great, isn't it? Great. So yes, as you can see, look at that. We're actually looking pretty cool now. We're actually looking pretty cool. We look quite nice, I think. What's this? I don't want to steal this, unfortunately. Oh. Yeah, I don't want to steal it. Okay, well, anyway. Let us go out into the Sun Temple, and hopefully Tealor's gonna be there still. Maybe. I don't actually know. I think he's probably moved on by now, but if he's still there, then we could probably try and discuss the next steps of the quest, and we'll see where we need to go after that. I also do need to check in at the bank, because I wouldn't mind actually checking to see how much money we have acquired from the interest that we have accrued so far. Hopefully it's quite a bit. If it isn't, then I'll be disappointed, but that's usually how it is with banks. You put in any money and then it's just like, okay, so I made $1 or £1 or whatever currency you use, but yes, anyway. Wait, no, don't go in there. Can you? Ah, yes, of course. Great. Good job, Aranthiel. You decided to run away from me at the last moment. Okay, well, hopefully he's going to be on the other side. Or not, or he's just absolutely teleported down here.
I know how these bureaucrats are, but they will do it.
Very good. Thanks for your efforts, my friend.
Don't mention it. I just hope you know what you're doing. You know, many see the course the Order has taken since you came back as disquieting. Narazul's mages in the temple, an outlander as a keeper. It's a lot to take in.
I know, Jorik, but someone has to deal with the threat. And if we don't, no one will.
Yes, I suppose you're right.
Exactly. I believe he's right. I believe he's right. Oh, yes, I'm actually being called Prophet now. Thank goodness. Oh, that's much better. Hello there.
Prophet, did you find your way around?
I did, and I was able to get these amazing robes. Do you not see how I've changed? You must see it.
Good. It is important that you get adjusted to this place. It will be the base of all operations to come. Right now, we are still in the dark as to the true nature of this cycle. All we have are fragments, but we will change that. There are 2 trails we have found. I want you to go after both of them.
Which ones?
The first one has to do with the stone fragments from Old Rashengrad. Pegast has not yet told you, but all of them together form a so-called sigilled stone, which we urgently need. The Arcanists have already put it together, but we still lack a part of the ritual to activate it. And for that, we need the memory of a dead person. The second trail revolves around a discovery we made in the Heartland. It could be a significant, if not the only prospect we have in this fight. Where do you want to start?
Ooh, okay, so what do I need to do? Support the excavation in Old Dothelgrad and find the memory of the dead person. Okay, wow, that's cool. So we're going to be going to help Lishari again by the looks of things, or Lashiri? Oh, I keep forgetting her name. They did this to me when they told me the wrong name. When Constantine told me the wrong name, that was it. Okay, well anyway, let's start with the stone. What do we need it for?
It's simple. I've told you that the Pyreans knew about the cycle, and that they too battled it before they vanished. The sigil stone was a magical defense they created to protect themselves from the Red Madness.
Protect how?
Through small fragments that segregate once a certain ritual is performed on it. Wear one of these fragments and it will serve you like a shield for your spirit. The stone won't produce enough for all citizens of Ark, but enough for all of us keepers and the guard. The problem is that we lack knowledge about this ritual, and those who have it have been dead for millennia.
So that's why we need the memory of a dead person.
Correct. The entire plan revolves around a discovery which is exhibited in the Chronicum. The frozen corpse of a Pyrean, which a fisherman found adrift in the Northern Sea some years ago.
And we somehow have to access his memory?
Yes, the ice prevented his body from decaying. But go to the Chronicum and speak to Archmagister Maragil. He will be able to explain it better than I can.
Well, I would like to, but I think you have more to tell me. Don't you? Oh. Okay. Is that... Oh, okay, well, that's fine. That's a little bit weird, but I suppose that's fine. Okay, well, yes. So I've done that. So now I just need to do these things. Find the memory of the dead person and support the excavation in Dothelgrad, which is perfectly fine. We also need to talk to Archmagister Meriel in the basement, in the Chronicum's basement. It's kind of a bit weird that this is still marking him, and I think he does have more to say, so should... I don't even know. I think it is clear that he has more to say, so I suppose what I'm going to do is I'm just going to leave him to it, and I'm going to go and speak to the other fellow, because I think the Chronicum is actually really close by. But if it's not this door, then... Oh, it's not. Okay, well, I'm going to try and see what I can do about maybe resetting the AI on T-Law there, because one of you has told me very kindly that there is actually a console command called Reset AI that can actually help you to resolve certain bugs and sort of stuck NPCs. That would be the simplest way to actually describe it. But yes, I'm going to try and use that on T-Law, and if he hasn't become unstuck by that point at least. So anyway, I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.